So we're going to continue going through our Fire Academy series here. And as you can see from past videos, we've been incorporating a lot of different, valuable resources in regards of kind of giving you insight of what a Fire Academy entails, what you can expect in regards to like firefighter skills. I've been giving you firefighter testimonies from the personal interviews I've been doing with active firefighters, utilizing South Metro Fire Rescue's videos with their recruit class. And I wanted to go through our program here. This is chapter 11 in our program that we made, the Becoming a Firefighter program. And it's going to touch on specifically, when it comes to the Fire Academy, what the Fire Academy entails, what you can expect, how it can be structured, and, more importantly, how to be successful. So we're going to go through this and kind of cover, my take on, how do you become successful throughout the Fire Academy. So here goes the list of, important topics that me personally that I felt is probably the most important in regards of, being successful and successfully passing all your skills, being a successful, recruit, a good teammate, and graduating so you can move on to probation. So what we're going to do is we're going to go through this list here. So the first one is obviously research about the Fire Academy. So I'll talk a lot about make sure you know what you're getting yourself into. So that even outside the Fire Academy, just the testing process in general, if you don't know, say you're pursuing Department A and you don't know, what their testing process is like, how many steps are there in their testing process, what their written exam is like, what particular questions do you need to start studying so you can prepare for that written, how are their interviews conducted, and so on. So research ahead of time. And it's something that I, drive home when it comes to, all our videos. And one of the main important things that I bring to you as a future candidate is preparation is everything. So what you want to do is find out what department you want to pursue, go in and see what their Fire Academy is all about. What time they start, how long is it, what does it entail, how to be successful. Go talk to, previous, fire recruits that went through that Fire Academy. Talk to probationary firefighters so you can get their testimony and experience so you can prepare yourself to be successful through, your future Fire Academy. As for the second one here, it says make sure life at home is happy and stable. So this is absolutely massive. This is truly what life is going to be like whenever you go through the academy. So say your academy was 12 weeks long. What you're going to do is you're going to get up super early. So say the academy starts at 7. You're going to get up at like 4:30, eat, prepare all your stuff, get your lunch ready, drive down to your Fire Academy. You're going to meet all your brothers and sisters at your academy gate, and then you're all going to enter and go in at the same day or at the same time. And then when you get down there, you're going to go through all your normal procedures you go through, from your warm-ups to your, strength and conditioning, your testing, your skills, team-based events, hose lay evolutions, all this stuff, right? You're going to be grinding, just getting drugged through the dirt the entire day. So say your academy ends at 4:30, 5 o'clock. So by that time, you're extremely exhausted. You're going to go home. All you want to do is you're going to want to shower, eat, and go to sleep, okay? So with that being said, you as, a husband, wife, brother, sister, son, daughter, whatever the case is, you're going to have specific roles, specific responsibilities in your life that you're not going to be able to cover because you don't have as much time. You're going to be at the academy all the time. You're going to be extremely exhausted. So it's going to be up to your loved ones and your support group that's going to have to kind of cover your slack. So if life at home isn't happy and your family or loved ones aren't aware of, what's expected of them and, what the next 12 weeks of your life is going to look like, it can cause a lot of turmoil when it comes to, your life at home, which can translate into the Fire Academy. And I can tell you firsthand, I've seen it with, fellow brothers and sisters, and even my mentor throughout the Fire Academy was talking about how there was a specific recruit that was really getting torched at home, and then it truly transferred into the Fire Academy and his performance throughout the Fire Academy. So you got to be very careful. Make sure that your life at home is happy and stable because it's so important. Your family and loved ones are going to be your biggest advocate and your biggest support group, not just through your testing process in the Fire Academy, but throughout your entire career. So it's absolutely massive. So another one is be physically fit. I mean, that one's quite evident. We talk a lot about preparation. So just not to go too far in the weeds about it, is be very diligent about sticking to a strict fitness regimen. Incorporating a little bit of everything, whether you like CrossFit, standard powerlifting, or, you like to just do a cardio. Try to incorporate a little bit of everything. Calisthenics, plyometrics, resistance training, different styles of training, supersets, circuit training, trisets, all types of different stuff, doing a lot of cardio, getting your, cardiovascular up, working on those lungs and that heart, because it's extremely important. And if you can, get yourself in some firefighter turnouts so you can start getting acclimated and see what it feels like to be in turnouts, because that's where you're going to be in, throughout a 12-week academy, just grinding. Another big thing, and a lot of people, overlook this or skip this aspect of it. So obviously the physical training preparation is important, but the nutrition, you got to educate yourself on nutrition, calories, calories in, calories out. Make sure you're getting enough calories, vitamins, nutrients, and minerals. Make sure you're getting all that stuff, fueling your body with what it needs so it can perform at its best for you. So when it comes to fitness, nutrition is hand in hand, and that's literally majority of the battle right there. Prepare yourself and allow your body to perform at its best for you. So that was just a short version. There's a lot we could talk about with fitness, but like just concise. Next one is maintain your mental and emotional fitness. So this goes hand in hand with being physically fit, okay? So we talk about being physically fit. It's total wellness, okay? So when it comes to, the mental and emotional side of it, obviously whenever you're training super hard and, there's days you don't want to train, you go train anyways, knowing you got to prepare. You're developing your mental tolerance, mental toughness. Like, hey, I got to get it done. It doesn't matter how I feel. That's how it's going to be whenever you get into the fire academy. There's going to be days you're just beat, but it doesn't matter. You got to grind for not just yourself, but your team and the fire academy. You got to perform. So building that mental toughness. Now, when it comes to the emotional side of it, same thing as mental. We're talking about life at home. Make sure life at home is happy and stable, because when it comes to the stress and strain you're going to feel going throughout the fire academy, just constantly wore down every day, and just being away from your family and loved ones all the time, and just completely grinding, you're going to just be depleted. So when it comes to the the emotional and mental side of it, is like you're gonna have to utilize your outlets, okay? Whether it's fitness, playing video games, watching videos with your wife or your husband or your brother or sister, or whatever the case is, you're gonna have to utilize your outlets and your family to keep you grounded and to keep you sane throughout this grind. Because it's not just gonna be just the fire academy. The fire academy is a big deal throughout your for your career, and it's a extremely tough grind phase for sure, but it's just for your entire career. The whole point of the academy, and why I'm bringing it up, is because once you develop the foundation within your fire academy, it's going to translate over into your career. So you're going to develop the good habits and good skill, and understand that, hey, I need to have balance in my life, and hey, I'm a little beat right now, and I can tell mentally I'm not as aware, or I'm not as up to par mentally. So I know I need to utilize my outlets, and that's going to transfer over into, throughout your career. You're going to notice whenever you're going to need, like, hey, a little break, or you're going to need a little bit more support, which is going to be super healthy for your career. Show up early and not on time. So quite evident. A lot of us learned about this, whenever we're growing up and we're playing sports. You're told to, you might want to leave the house like, 30 minutes before you're actually supposed to be somewhere, so you can be there at least 15 minutes early. That's kind of like what we did. If you weren't 15 minutes early, you were late type thing. So kind of take that same strategy into the fire academy. You don't want to be that guy or gal that is showing up late, because it's really going to ruin your reputation, and no one's going to like you for that. It says lay off the drink and alcohol. So firefighters drink alcohol, when they're off shift, and they're enjoying their, life outside of the job. Totally cool. When it comes to the fire academy, you don't want to do anything that's going to you don't want to do anything that's going to hinder your performance. Okay. So, if you're that person that likes, sip on some wine at the end of your long days or whatever, like, just be very wary about what you're doing, okay? Just know that you want to do everything in your power to feed your body and fuel your body with what it needs, okay? It doesn't necessarily need alcohol to perform well, right? So just kind of stay away from it. You don't want to run into any issues when it comes to that, okay? Just hydrate, water, get your electrolytes in. If you want to Gatorade and stuff every now and then, a sports drink, okay, that's cool. Just take care of yourself. Be careful of the alcohol stuff. Cancel your late night plans. So quite obvious, okay? You're going to be grinding throughout the fire academy, and it's on a day after day after day basis. So consistency is everything. If you're not getting enough sleep, it's going to directly reflect in your performance, which you don't want to do anything that's going to hinder your performance, just like with the alcohol stuff. So it's quite evident. Go to bed. You don't need to be out late. Save that for when you're on the job and you have your days off between your shifts and your tours. Get used to waking up early and training. Absolutely. So there's a lot of individuals. I actually got buddies that just can't train in the morning. It just doesn't work for them. Their body just doesn't. Even if they had coffee or some sort of pre-workout, they can't train in the morning. So it's like, if that's you, you need to start training right now, like realizing that, hey, I have to prepare myself for the mornings in the academy. So start doing that right now. That all goes with research and preparation, okay? Know whether you are claustrophobic or not. So we talked about this in past videos when it came to the Fire Academy review and South Metro Fire Rescues videos. It's like, if you know that you have problems and issues being in confined spaces and you start panicking and, you know, you're a really claustrophobic person, you can't wear your mask, like, you might want to start researching ahead of time and see if there's a specific path you can take to start overcoming that challenge. Start educating yourself. If that's something that you deal with and you know it's a problem, you need to research and educate yourself now, because especially if you want to, pursue this career, because if you can't perform because of that, that issue or that obstacle, it's going to be very hard to be successful throughout a fire academy, because you are training with, your SCBA and your mask, your turnouts, you're super hot and sweaty and you just feel, disgusted and caved in, especially whenever you're going through like hose-lay evolutions, fire suppression stuff, going through firefighter skills courses. It'll get you. So make sure that, if you have that problem, take care of it. Be a team player. So this is one that hit homes with me super hard, and it's extremely important, okay? So in the fire service, it's just like any other sports team, okay? Everyone has a role, and if one person isn't doing their role, isn't executing properly, the whole entire team gets affected, okay? So being a team player is extremely massive. You need to come to the academy every single day, leaving your ego out the door and being about the team. What can I do to help you? What can I do to help the team? If you take that mentality throughout, not just the fire academy, but your career, your reputation is going to be awesome. People are going to love being around you. They're going to want to work with you. You have to be a team player, okay? In the fire academy, there's going to be competition days where you're challenging each other, like who can have the best stamina course time and, who's the strongest or whatever the case is. But at the end of the day, we're all there to support one another so we can all be successful. So be a team player, okay? Always. Be the first to clean and the last to finish. So this is just part of being a team player, being egoless, being a hard worker. And the big thing about, being the first to clean, the last to finish is it's more than just going and cleaning and, acting as if, hey, I'm the last one, I'm the last one cleaning. That's not what it's about. You want to be that person that even when people aren't looking and people aren't recognizing, you're that individual that's always constantly working. As much as you may think that, it may go unnoticed, people notice it, okay? And, you being an eager new fire recruit going into the fire academy, there's going to be a lot of you in there that are going to be, flying around, busting your butt, trying to, take the trash out, trying to mop the floors and all that stuff. It's like, okay, you don't want to jump over one another to get things done. Just work together. Just realize that you want to be that person that's known for always working hard. Not just working hard when, the chiefs are around or, your RTOs are around. Just that person that's genuine about putting in effort and trying to be the best teammate they can be. That's what you want to be known for. Work hard 100% of the time. So we just covered that. So two things. One, it's quite evident. You need to work hard when you're in the fire academy. It is what it is. That's a culture and tradition that we kind of uphold within the fire service. Okay. Now, when it comes to work ethic and working hard, coaches always used to tell me, like, they used to tell all of us, is like, hey, you can't teach work ethic. You can't teach somebody to work hard. It's just, it's in them or it's not. Typically, when it comes to firefighters, in a general sense, that's in us. A lot of us have it. You pursuing the fire service, you either have it or you don't. So when it comes to working hard 100% of the time, just realize you don't have to be, the strongest, the fastest, the best, water to the truck, taking a plug person. You don't have to be all that. But you do have to make sure you're leaving everything out there on the grinder, everything out there down the fire academy, putting 100% genuine effort into everything that you do. That is going to go a long way when it comes to your career and reputation. I promise you that. So be very diligent about that. I want to make sure I have everything here. Positivity. So with working hard 100% of the time, one thing I want you to incorporate with that is positivity, okay? So when it comes, like how I told you, just having genuine effort when it comes to things you do, it's so hard. It really is. It's so hard to be positive all the time. All of us, we're human. We slip up. We may be irritated at something or someone, and we may start complaining about something. But to be genuinely cognizant of trying to stay positive through all the grind, all the turmoil, all the stress, that is a heck of an achievement, okay? So alongside of you working hard 100% of the time, focus on staying positive as much as you possibly can. Because when it comes to reputation, it takes forever to build a solid reputation, but it takes a second to destroy it. So if you're working hard 100% of the time, giving all your effort, being a role player, being about the team, being egoless, and you're as positive as possible, I promise you it goes a long way. There was brothers and sisters in my fire academy that were way more skilled, way more knowledgeable about a lot of things in the fire service in general that I didn't. I didn't have that knowledge. I didn't have that skill. But my effort was there, my positivity was there, and it was highly noticed, and it's infectious. I'm telling you, follow that advice. Do everything with a sense of urgency. So that goes hand in hand with work hard 100% of the time. It's something we learn in sports. You don't walk around whenever you move from station to station. You just kind of fly around. You get there with a sense of urgency. It's the same thing in the fire service. Whenever we move, even in the field on the job, whenever we're responding to a call, we don't just, lollygag about it. We get there as fast and as safely as we can, and we get all our stuff. Everybody has their task, and we're getting to where we need to do to mitigate a situation. So it's the same thing. Move around with a sense of urgency, but be safe. Take ownership and be respectful, go hand in hand. So taking ownership, if you mess up or say you break something down at the fire academy, or you're going through a specific evolution and you don't execute your role right, and you guys get down to start deliberating with your RTOs, and they're kind of going over what you guys did in your evolution, and they're critiquing things, and they give you the opportunity to step up and talk about it. Take ownership. Be like, hey, we did A, B, C, and D. I truly put this one on me. I messed up here and here. I can see how I can get better. I want to say great job to the team. And when it comes to this next one, I'm going to make sure that I do A, B, and C so, we can avoid this situation. Stuff like that. And just any aspect of you taking, your roles and your responsibility as your own, that's going to go a long way in the fire service, okay? Be respectful. That's obvious. You got to be respectful, okay? Respect the chain of command. Don't call, Captain Smith, hey, Jim. Don't call him by the first name. You say Captain Smith or Engineer Smith or, Firefighter Smith. Always put the rank and then their last name. Just don't call them by their first names. Now, with that being said, if you and that captain or you and that engineer or firefighter are in a one-on-one, and they specifically tell you, hey, I'm going to take offense if you call me, if it's just me and you call me, Captain Smith again, I want you to call me Jim or whatever. Like if it's just you and that individual there, nobody else around, and they're telling you, hey, you need to call me this, make sure you do that. Now, be very cognizant about, if others are around listening, and you definitely don't want to do it when you go out and about and you're in a group or whatever the case is. Just err on the side of always utilizing rank and their last name, okay? It's literally rite of passage, it's tradition, and it's just respect within the fire service, okay? Respect their position and their rank. So ask for help. This is something that you can't be afraid to do, okay? First thing you want to do is always respect the chain of command, okay? So you utilize your fellow brothers and sisters first, and then if you need more help, then you go to your mentor, your academy mentor. Then if that doesn't work, then you go to your designated RTO, so your designated captain, your RTO meaning so if you're engine 1, you're going to have a designated supervisor. Then you go to that person, and then if you really need help, then you start taking it up. That's how it works in the fire service. You got to take steps. You don't just bypass your senior firefighter. You don't just bypass your brother and sister in the fire academy. You don't just bypass, your mentor and go straight to the chief. That's not how we do things in the fire service. So, when you ask for help, make sure you respect the chain of command. And if you're struggling, ask for help. No one's there to fail you on purpose. Everyone's there to support you. Yeah, they may, hound you and pound you and put you in the ground and yell at you or whatever the case is, but everyone there wants you to be successful, okay? So make sure you utilize the resources that are available if you're struggling. You'd be surprised at how many people are willing to even stay after the academy's done for the day to help you in your needs. So ask for help. Hang with the right crowd. So, you would think coming into the fire service, everybody's solid, right? But you'll realize it's just like any other job. It's just like, say it was like a sports team. You'll have your certain cliques that kind of start forming, and you can sort of start seeing, who's the class clown and who's the troublemaker. It is what it is. It's just a reality. You want to be very careful about, who you're associating yourself with, okay? Because you could be guilty by association, especially if you have, a person in there causing trouble. We'll just leave it at that. So just be very wary about, who you truly surround yourself with. Keep your eyes and ears open and your mouth closed. So this is absolutely massive. So they always used to tell us you have 2 ears and 1 mouth. So you listen twice as much as you speak. This is absolutely true. This is about the humility and, the rite of passage and just culture and tradition. Okay, being the new person, you just never really speak unless spoken to. That's just the safest way to play it. Whether you're on a ride along, whether you're in the fire academy on probation, whatever the case is. As a newer member, you just kind of make sure you're listening as much as you talk. And really, in reality, just don't say anything unless you're being spoken to. Obviously, you want to show your personality and show your knowledge and all that stuff, but there's a time and place for that, okay? So just always err on the side of listening twice as much as you speak. Be professional. So this goes hand in hand with a lot of the stuff we say, taking ownership, be respectful, being a team player, all that stuff, preparation. So be professional at all the time, okay? So act as if everything you do, everything you say, how you present yourself, what your demeanor is like, how you carry yourself. Act as if your grandma's watching or your great grandma's watching, or your kids are watching and you're trying to set an example for them. Just have that in your mind and realize, like, I'm representing something bigger than myself. I'm not representing Markel. I'm representing my family, the Williams. I'm representing the department. I'm representing the city. I'm representing the firefighters across the world, across the nation. That's how you want to present yourself, okay? Just knowing that even outside the fire academy, you always have eyes on you. Once people know that you're a firefighter, whether you think so or not, you're always going to have eyes on you, okay? And there's people out there to get you, so you got to be very careful, especially if you have your uniform on, with fire department on the back, your logo and all that stuff. Eyes are always on you, so you need to be on your A game 100% of the time. If there's something that happens with a firefighter, the headline isn't, Markel Williams, DUI. It'll say, ABC firefighter DUI, representing the organization that I'm with. So you need to be professional at all times, okay? And then this goes with what I was covering in the 100% effort all the time. Maintain great demeanor and have a great attitude. So I was the top rung of my fire academy class. And I say this from such a humble point, okay? Because there was there's a few brothers in my fire academy that are still great friends today. They were solid. I mean, they were skilled. They were knowledgeable. They looked the part. They played the part. They crushed it, executed everything. On paper and on visually speaking, like, there's no reason why any one of them could have been, the top rung. But based on what, my academy class said and what my RTO said and the head of our fire academy class said, it was my demeanor and my attitude that truly set me apart. And like I'm telling you, I promise you, I'm saying this from a humble standpoint, okay? When it comes to how you present yourself, how you carry yourself, and if you're positive, it's infectious. People feed off of that. That energy and that vibe that you bring down to the fire academy is going to go leaps and bounds further than you ever think it could go. Just remember, it's a 12-week grind. If you're going through a 12-week academy, it's a grind. Being down there every day, at some point, it's going to break you. So when you have that demeanor and that great attitude that people vibe off of and build energy off of and get motivated from, that's absolutely massive. Now, don't go out there and fake it. Be you. But I challenge you to try to stay as positive as possible throughout the grind, throughout your career. It's going to go a long way. You're going to be that person that everybody wants to work with, that everyone loves to be around. It's hard. It's truly hard to do. And it was a challenge for me every day, but I was able to do it majority of the time. So, with all that being said, I just wanted to go through, how do you be successful? And there's some more stuff I could throw on this list, but these are some of the major topics that I felt like I wanted to cover. And there's a lot more we can talk about within each category or whatever, but that's just a concise version, a 24 plus minute concise version of, how to be successful throughout the fire academy. So make sure you do your part, educate yourself, follow the guide that's through this and really apply it to your life. with all that being said, continue to work hard, stay consistent, and I'll catch you on the next one. Good luck, future firefighter.